You know that feeling. The power cuts out, you hear a weird noise down the hall, and suddenly your apartment feels a little too exposed. That sense of vulnerability is real, but it doesn't have to be your story. Too many people think you need a huge basement or a garage to be prepared. That's just not true. The reality is, prepping in an apartment isn't just possible, it's something you can be incredibly good at when you know how to use your space. In this episode, I'm going to teach you how to turn your small apartment into a secure and prepared haven. Safety isn't a luxury, it's a strategy. Welcome to Prepping for Urban Ladies, where I empower the modern woman to take control of her future. I'm the Urban Lady Prepper. From solo apartment living to managing a household in a crisis, I provide the roadmap for practical, urban-focused emergency readiness. While I specialize in a female perspective, the mission is universal, total preparedness for everyone. Let's dive in. The whole idea of prepping can feel huge, especially when you're dealing with a small space. It's easy to feel like you barely have room for your groceries, let alone a bunch of emergency supplies. But here's something that might surprise you. It's totally possible to build up a solid emergency supply, even for 2 weeks, without renting a storage unit. It's not about having more space. It's about being smarter with the space you have. This guide is made specifically for women in apartments because, let's face it, your needs and safety concerns are unique. We're going to cover everything from building emergency kits that actually include things like feminine hygiene and health items to sneaky storage hacks your landlord will never notice. We'll even get into practical self-defense and security tips that will give you some serious peace of mind. By the end of this, you won't just feel prepared, you'll feel empowered, confident, and in control. We'll divide this into 3 parts. Part 1 is custom emergency kits, more than just Band-Aids. The foundation of being prepared is having the right stuff ready to go. We're going to put together 3 different kits, each with its own job, so you're covered whether you need to leave in a hurry or stay put. First up is your get-home bag. This is a small light bag you keep in your car or at your desk. The goal is simple, to get you home safe and sound if something happens while you're out. Think of it as your 24-hour survival sidekick. It needs a comfy pair of walking shoes because driving might not be an option. Pack a water bottle in a simple water filter like a life straw. It's super lightweight and perfect for this kind of bag. Throw in some high-energy snacks like protein bars, a portable phone charger, a small first aid kit, a flashlight, and a copy of your important documents. And don't forget this one, a paper list of important phone numbers. You can't rely on your phone's contact list if the battery's dead. Next, let's build your bug-in kit. This is for when you need to shelter in your apartment for a while. The goal is to have enough supplies to be on your own for at least 72 hours, though we'll discuss stretching that to 2 weeks. The heart of this kit is water and food. The rule of thumb is a minimum of 1 gallon of water per person per day for drinking and basic sanitation. In the next section, we'll figure out where to hide all of that. For food, you'll want non-perishable items that are easy to prepare. Freeze-dried meals are fantastic because they have a super long shelf life and don't take up much space. The same for ready-to-eat food in packets, like tuna in pouches. Your bug-in kit also needs a battery-powered or hand-crank radio to get news updates, a powerful flashlight or an LED lantern, and lots of extra batteries. Don't forget a manual can opener, a multi-tool, and sanitation supplies like wet wipes and garbage bags. Here's a pro tip. A 100-hour candle is an amazing item to have. It provides a surprising amount of light from one tiny package. Finally, and this is so important, let's create a dedicated feminine hygiene and health kit. This is the kit that gets overlooked in almost all general prepping advice. Your basic first aid kit is a good start, but it's not enough. Stockpile at least a month's supply of your usual go-to menstrual products. Gather any personal medications, especially prescriptions. It's always a good idea to talk to your doctor about keeping an extra supply on hand. A 2-week buffer is a great goal. Add things like baby wipes, N95 masks, and hand sanitizers to stay clean when water might be limited. This kit is all about your personal health and comfort in a stressful situation. Don't underestimate how much that matters. Part 2. Small space storage solutions. The art of hiding in plain sight. Okay, so the biggest question for apartment preppers, where does all this stuff go? You don't have a basement or a giant pantry. The solution is to get really creative and become a master of discreet storage. Let's start with the most overlooked gold mine in your apartment, the space under your bed. A queen-sized bed has a surprising amount of hidden storage space. You can get even more room with a simple set of bed risers. This is the perfect spot for long, flat things. Collapsible water containers are a huge win for apartment preppers. They're flat when empty and slide right under the bed when full. You can also store pouches of freeze-dried meals, emergency blankets, and extra clothes in vacuum-sealed bags right there. Those long, flat plastic storage bins for Christmas wrapping paper are a favorite of mine for storing things under the bed. Next, look up. Most of us waste tons of vertical space in our closets. See that empty area above the clothes rack? You can probably add another shelf there. Use those hanging closet organizers for more than just shoes. They're perfect for sorting batteries, first aid supplies, and other small items. In the kitchen, you can stack number 10 cans of food like building blocks to use every single inch of your cabinets. Think about making your furniture pull double duty. A stylish storage ottoman can work as your coffee table while hiding blankets, supplies, or even your go bag. A bench with built-in storage by the door can do the same. It's all about choosing pieces that are useful today and life-saving tomorrow. Finally, you have to master the art of hiding things in plain sight. That weird, awkward space under the sink is a great home for extra water. You can tuck supplies behind that giant pack of toilet paper in the back of the linen closet. The goal is for your preps to be totally invisible to a casual visitor. This isn't about being tidy, it's about security. If things get serious, you don't want to advertise that you're sitting on a stockpile of resources. Discretion is key to urban survival. If these storage hacks are sparking some ideas for you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you have a clever storage spot in your own apartment, share it in the comments below. The prepping community is all about sharing what we know, and your idea could be a game changer for someone else. And of course, if you want more tips on how to feel empowered and prepared, make sure you subscribe and check out my prior episodes. And now part 3, apartment self-defense and security, creating your fortress. Security improvements don't have to scream fortress. The key is choosing security measures that enhance your safety without changing the external appearance of your apartment. Your landlord might never even know you've made those changes. Living in a building with shared hallways and neighbors you barely know can feel a little insecure. The answer is to take smart, subtle steps to harden your apartment and make it a much less attractive target. Let's start at your front door. It sounds basic, but always check the peephole before opening your door. A smart video doorbell is an amazing investment for renters. It lets you see and talk to whoever is there right from your phone, so you never have to open the door to a stranger. Your locks are your first line of defense, so make sure you have a good, solid deadbolt. If your landlord is cool with it, reinforcing the door frame can make a huge difference. A door bar or security brace installed on the inside of your front door is completely invisible from the hallway, but adds significant protection. There are also stick-on window alarms and door stops that will activate an alarm if your door or a window is breached. Beyond the door, think in layers. You can apply security film to your windows, making the glass much harder to break and adding privacy. Simple window locks or security bars, especially if you're on the ground floor, add another powerful barrier. But security isn't just about physical stuff. It's also about creating the illusion that you're home. Use outlet timers to have lights and maybe a radio turn on and off at different times when you're out. It's a simple trick that can make a potential intruder think twice. And please, ladies, close your blinds and curtains at night to discourage peepers. In a real emergency, communication is everything. Keep your cell phone and a power bank with you. But what if the cell towers are down? A simple pair of two-way radios can be a great backup for talking with a family member or a trusted friend nearby. Also, keep a whistle in your emergency kit. It's a low-tech but loud way to signal for help. Now, let's talk about you. Taking a self-defense class is one of the most empowering things you can possibly do. Knowing you have the skills to physically protect yourself and your family gives you a type of confidence that no gadget can. You could also consider a non-lethal tool like pepper spray, but only to get trained and feel comfortable using it. Your safety is everything, and these are skills that stay with you for life, no matter where you are. I also recommend taking a first aid and CPR AED course so you can help someone, maybe even someone in your own home, until the ambulance arrives. And finally, try to gauge the folks who live on your floor. Narrow down the ones that appear friendly and start exchanging a wave or a hello. In an emergency situation, it's often going to be your neighbors who will be the first to reach you, so having at least a casual acquaintance with one or two of them is a good idea. So in conclusion, prepping in an apartment isn't about being scared. It's about taking back control, building confidence, and trading vulnerability for empowerment. We've busted the myth that you need a ton of space. We've walked through how to build the kits you actually need, how to find secret storage spots, and how to layer your security to turn your apartment into your personal sanctuary. You can start this journey right now. Don't feel like you have to do it all at once. The first step can be as simple as putting a flashlight and some old sneakers into a tote bag in your car. Then, next time you're at the store, buy a few packets of tuna or chicken in pouches and consider buying water in packets. A great way to begin is to focus on a 72-hour kit for the first couple of months and then slowly build from there. Being prepared is a journey, not a destination. You now have a roadmap to be more self-reliant and secure in your apartment. You have the power to protect and prepare yourself. So, I have a question for you. What is the very first step you're going to take after listening to this? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and stay safe out there. Until next time, this is the Urban Lady Prepper signing off. I'm sure I've given you some things to think about as you go through the upcoming week. If this episode has resonated with you, please like, follow, subscribe, and leave a review. To help support my work, please pop me a super thanks on YouTube or donate using the methods in the description. Visit my website at urbanladyprepper.com for playable blogs and additional information. I appreciate your time with me. Stay safe, stay sharp, and be ready.